It's the 18th of the 12th, 2024. The time is, of course, 10:23. One topic on the docket this morning, and that is, of course, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Jonathan Noble of Autosport has written an article diatribing, deep diving for all of the multifaceted causes of Lewis Hamilton's material underperformance to the year, what it means going forward into the Scuderia Ferrari era of Lewis Hamilton's F1 pedaling career. 24-6 is the qualifying stats between Sir Lewis and George Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton fans around the world had to, on the back of that, ask questions. Surely this can't be right. Fire-breathing dragon Lewis Hamilton getting beat 24-6 to one King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. This makes no sense, ladies and gentlemen. There's got to be something here. Apophenia extraordinaire settings. Let's find a reason. 19-5 was the qualifying head-to-head. George Russell versus Lewis Hamilton. If we discount for sprint qualify, and that's got to mean something, eh? If Lewis Hamilton is the same Lewis Hamilton that we all know and love, 2007, 2008, fire-breathing dragon Sir Lewis, then there has been a change in variables. Something has happened. And again, that led to Lewis and fans all around the world reaching, trying to understand this in real time, picking and pulling at a multitude of F1 threads. Even, was he too old? 39, soon to be 40 years old. Everybody says, F1 aficionados around the world say that the first thing to go is that you lose a tenth or two in pace. But in the race, he was so bloody quick. Please see as your Exhibit A, Las Vegas. He was rapid. Silverstone 2 in the wet. So what was going on? Well, Andrew Shovlin has come out and said that there were a couple things going on. Of course, the car's super difficult to drive. The W15 is no RB20, most definitely no RB19. On any given Sunday, you can rock up in cooler climes, and that car can be a world beater. Please see Las Vegas as your Exhibit A. But then you get around and into Lagos, and all of a sudden, the car is rubbish. Dog-tired, an SH1 T-box, as Toto, the boy who cried wolf, terms it. But why? What was the driver behind that? Well, there are a couple of things, says Andrew Shovlin. That the gift of the W15 is that you needed to keep the temperatures out, and in stark contrast, Lewis's gift as a driver is that his style always bakes heat in. That's always been his way. Well, why? Because he's super aggressive on brakes and likes a tight line. That's why you see, ladies and gentlemen, if we're going to get forensic about Lewis Hamilton's performance in 2024, qualifying sector 3 has always been his issue. That's where most of the mistakes come. It would stand to reason then, if Lewis is asking too much from the symbiosis of the car, the chassis, the aero, and most important, these very mercurial set of Pirelli rubber, then you would see mistakes over the course of the Grand Prix or qualifying session, even particularly in sector 3 towards the end, because George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk was better in adapting for that, better at keeping heat out the tyres. He's not last of the late breakers, as is Sir Lewis Hamilton. That's not his modus operandi, not the way that he extracts 10/10ths out of a car. That's Lewis's jobby. And again, demanding of the car and the tyres on turning, on combined entry. That's why most of his mistakes even were happening per the Canadian Grand Prix in qualifying, sector 3, final turn, 13, 14. That was his problem. Now, if you want to talk about losing a 10th in race, you saw on a gazillion occasions, Silverstone super quick as anybody in that Grand Prix. So too Las Vegas, so too the final Grand Prix of the season. So we can't leverage that criticism at Lewis Hamilton just yet, I don't think. Because in race prey, per Andrew Shovlin, he still has it in bucket loads when he's ready, when he's got the symbiosis of everything that he needs underneath him. Confidence as far as the rear end, stability, super fronty turning nose, can go hard on the brakes each and every single time, not having to think about what's going on with the tyres. That's Sir Lewis Hamilton's wheelhouse, and if you give him that, as Mercedes intended but failed to do throughout the 2024 season, he can still be a world beater. However, That notwithstanding, as the world looked to try and find a reason to explain poor performances in Singapore, the Monaco, the fact that he didn't get the flexi wing, that the upgrade as you'd anticipate went to George Russell, who will be the going concern at Mercedes. Qatar, bad race. Brazil, bad race. Singapore, dodgy strategy. As the world sought to explain for these things, you started to get conspiracy theories seeping in, did you not? The letter goes out to Toto Wolff and Mercedes, claiming that I'm a Mercedes employee and I'm worried that they are endangering Sir Lewis Hamilton's health. That's what they said. Toto Wolff reacted in real time and said this is absolute nonsense. Lewis Hamilton fans in kind, though they are well intended, can be and will be conspiracy lunatics. Here's where the truth lies though. Although there's been massive self-doubt as far as Lewis Hamilton's concerned, at times he said, maybe they turned down my engine. Sometimes maybe I just don't have the pace anymore. Maybe I'm just too old. I won't qualify George Russell between now and the end of the season. My tyre pressures felt like they were wrong. Maybe they turned my engine down. Those have all been excuses, no scapegoats from Sir Lewis Hamilton as he tries to understand in real time what's going on, where the qualifying pace has gone. But the truth is this, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. The causation here is multifaceted. The W15 was difficult to drive. As far as the 24-6 that he's been beaten by King George Russell in qualifying over the course of the 2024 season, well, of course, George Russell has better adapted to the car, turning on low minimum speed turns, managing to mitigate for the understeer even. That was George Russell's warehouse. Lewis Hamilton doesn't like doing that. The W15, of course, it was difficult to drive. Variable temps would at one point make the car look like it's a world beater and another point make it look like it's an SH1T box. And of course, George Russell adapted to it better. Maybe 39, soon to be 40 years old, has something to do with it. Maybe he has lost the 10th of pace in qualifying. We will see next year in real time as he faces a fire-breathing dragon in Charles Leclerc in the red car. I cannot wait. You can't wait. We all can't wait to see. Bring on 2025 so we can get a definitive conclusion and answers to all of the aforementioned Sir Lewis Hamilton questions.